Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sash, and today I'm filming from inside my home because unfortunately here in the Philippines the rainy season has started, which kind of makes it difficult to film any more videos outdoors. So anyway, yeah, welcome to my home. Today I'm gonna talk with you about the latest upgrade that I've done to the Raptor, and I'm also gonna give you my final thoughts on it because this is actually going to be the last time we're gonna see the Raptor in the way it is. I'm not gonna sell it, but I'm gonna do some major upgrades. Actually, I'm gonna do a total conversion. But anyway, more about that later. Let me tell you more about the upgrades first. Alright, so let's talk about the modifications, and I guess we'll start with a minor one. As you can see, once again, I changed the deck design. This time, it was inspired by the Ultra, which means it's actually a couple of centimeters wider than the original board deck. Which kind of allows me actually to put both my feet side by side, which, well, wasn't impossible, but it kind of felt awkward. I always kind of thought that I don't have enough space to put, or to position my feet side by side. I kind of had to put one foot at the front, one foot at the back. But now, I'm kind of able to put my feet side by side, which kind of feels like I'm having a bit more stability. So besides changing the deck, I actually made some other major modifications on the Raptor itself, and that includes changing the rear hub from 8 inches to 10 inches. You might ask yourself why I did that, so let me share the story with you. I was going to work one morning. Unfortunately, it was raining the previous night, and the roads were quite wet. I did lose control of the Raptor. It kind of felt like the rear tire was just slipping away under me, and next moment, I was on the ground. I always kind of felt that the solid tires of the Raptor, or the stock tires, do not have as much traction or grip on the road itself as 10-inch pneumatic tires. I think that is just one downside of the original or stock tires of the Raptor. And of course, it's even worse on wet roads. Okay. So that is one of the main reasons why I changed the rear hub from 8 inches to 10 inches, because of the tires. So yeah, changing the rear hub allowed me to go from solid tires to pneumatic tires, and I feel like the rides are a lot more stable. The tire has a lot more grip and a lot more traction, I did go out again in the rain, which was not on purpose, but I no longer have that feel like the rear tire is skidding. Like I said, it does feel a lot safer, So that is one major reason why I did this modification, and that alone is worth it for me. So like I said, there were actually multiple reasons why I did the modification. Even though I have to say the next reason is not really something that I've experienced myself, but it's actually a concern that two other Raptor owners experienced. In their cases, they took their Raptor for a longer ride, and the rear hubs overheated and caused the rear tire to melt. Now that's a problem with the composition of the material of the tires. So, like I said, it's something that I personally never experienced because I just use the Raptor to go to work every morning, and I just ride it for probably 2-3 kilometers each day, and that's it. So like I said, I never really experienced that problem because I really don't use the Raptor to the extreme. So the final modification I've done to the Raptor was actually changing the brakes. I went from drum brakes to mechanical brakes when I changed the hubs, but then later on actually upgraded the mechanical brakes to hydraulic brakes, and I chose the Magura MT5E. I went for the e-bike version because it actually has a built-in magnetic switch, which allows you to pass through the brake signal, which is still important because it controls your electric brakes and also the brake lights. Of course, you can go for other hydraulic brakes, but they don't have this magnetic switch, which means that you have to come up with some kind of DIY solution for it. You can buy magnetic switches, I guess, in an electronic store. You can build your own, but of course it's not as clean. So I think this is the best solution. Just get the MT5E, and then I would suggest get yourself the right rotors for it. This is actually the Storm HC, which are specifically for the MT brakes. Personally, I have to say I had a couple of, I encountered some problems where I installed the Maguras actually, and up to this point I wasn't really able to figure out what the problem exactly is, because the brake pads were rubbing against the rotors. Now I spent a lot of time adjusting and so on, but I wasn't able to get it right. Now changing rotors would mean that I would have to cut off the cable of the hub and then replace the rotor. That was just too much work for me, because in the back of my head I was just thinking that I'm gonna convert the scooter anyway, so I thought I'll just wait. Alright, but anyway, I have to say that hydraulic brakes do offer a lot more braking power. Once a lot of people say once you go hydraulic brakes you won't go back to mechanical brakes, and I think that's true. The stopping power is just immense, really. So much for the modifications, and I guess now I'll give you my final thoughts on the Raptor after using it for 8 months. Now, you might remember what I said at the very beginning. During my first video, I bought it because I was looking for something that is portable yet powerful, and I think that is very true for the Raptor. It is not the most portable, of course, with its weight. Unmodified or stock, it does still weigh 23 kilograms. Actually, after I did all these modifications, I think now it weighs around 27 to 29. So, but then again, I never really had to put it in the car or whatever. And nowadays, I'm taking the elevator up to the office. So, weight isn't that much of a concern anymore, even though I still have to carry it up at least one stair every day. One thing I clearly want to say is that, in my opinion, Dualtron Raptor was not made to compete against the Dualtron Limited or the Dualtron Ultra. But on the other hand, it's not a poor man's Dualtron. I just think it serves a different purpose. I feel like that Mini Motors was looking at the Dualtrons, like Limited and the Ultra, and wanted to make something that's a bit more portable, but yet packs enough power. Just the concept of a Dualtron. Now, I've seen owners that were going head-to-head against Limited users or Dualtron owners, and were disappointed, that their Raptors were falling short. But then, yet again, like I said, I never felt like the Raptor was meant to go head-to-head against a Dualtron Limited or an Ultra. Just if we talk about battery capacity and so on, there's a huge difference here. It's 18.3 for the Dualtron Raptor, and then the Dualtron Limited has 28 AH, and the Dualtron Ultra has 35. That adds a lot of weight. That's why the Dualtron Ultra weighs almost 40 kilograms. And also costs a lot more money, of course. Most users, or most owners that I've met, say they chose the Dualtron Raptor because it does fit into their car, the car trunk. That's apparently one of the most important factors here, and also it's a lot lighter. There is a difference between 23 or 22 kilograms versus 29 or even 40 kilograms. You have to make clear to yourself, or you got to know what you're actually looking for. So, my suggestion is, before you pick one of the Dualtrons, make sure you know what exactly you're looking for. Are you in the market for a Dualtron Limited, or are you in the market for a Dualtron Ultra or the Raptor? And then this choice is going to be made even more difficult, because probably, as you already know, there are new models coming out this year. You have the Dualtron Compact, which is the successor of the Raptor, and then you have I think the Dualtron Nano or Mini or whatever it's gonna call it, which is actually made for the Singapore market, right? Because it weighs below 20 kilograms. So I think at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is that if you do have a chance to try out the different models, definitely do so. Personally, I felt like there's a difference in stability between the 8 and 10-inch models. In regards to the tires, the Raptor has its advantages, and that is, for example, you don't have to worry about punctures or flats. But then on the other hand, you got to worry about wet roads and skidding. Now, the 10-inch models or the 11-inch models with pneumatic tires, you got to worry about punctures and flats there. But then I do feel like they have better grip to the road. So at the end of the day, make yourself a list, make sure what you're looking for, what you want, and then base your decision on that. Now for me, once again, I don't regret buying the Raptor. I had a great time with it. Now I'm going to take it apart, probably after this video. So I'm going to turn it into a Dualtron Limited with 11-inch hubs. Here's one of them. I also have the Dualtron Limited mainframe and battery. I also had to get the front assembly, which is the head and the front shaft, because the Raptor front assembly is a little bit smaller due to its smaller hub size. So yeah, it's going to be a major operation. It's going to take a while, but as much as possible, I'll try to document every single step. For those of you who might be interested in modifying your own Dualtron sooner or later. And yeah, that's it. Thanks so much for watching today's video. I hope you did find it informative, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.